I didn't know about before I was
Okay.
published.
And
So that has helped.
is your publisher booking your engagements for you? Are you leaving all of that up to them, or are you actively involved in that as
No,
well?
I'm actively involved.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let me ask you, are you going to be at the any of the events in PG County that's coming up?
I am the book fair festival in May.
Oh yeah, okay. So I'll be there too. So we get to meet in
Yep.
person finally.
Yes.
Now, did you do a book launch party?
I did not.
Really?
I did mostly with virtual, but
Okay.
at an actual event location, no.
So are you planning on doing, I mean, because I mean, it is almost like this book lends itself to a book launch party.
Oh wow. That's something I need to think about for sure. But you know what? I was thinking about doing something in July
Mm-hmm.
to cover my novel that was released last year, Not My Will,
Okay.
and along with Purple Tears I just released, I'm also set to release another one, Bahama Love, on
Okay.
the 25th of this month. So I
Oh.
was thinking about doing something for all three.
Oh, see, now that would be fabulous. Just don't make it the first weekend in July, like around the 10th, 11th, and 12th, because I won't be in town. So, not that you have to plan it around me, but I won't be in town during the 10th, 11th, and 12th. So, if you can make it before or after, then I know I can be there.
Right. Okay.
See
Yeah,
how I
that's
just
something else.
invite myself? I just invite myself to people parties. I mean, because hey, it's all about having a party, isn't it?
Right.
So what is the hardest thing you have found about being a published author?
The hardest thing, well, you hit the nail on the head about getting the books in stores. That has been somewhat of a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and just even though you're a published author, you still have to work at getting your work out there.
Ding,
I
ding.
think that's what a lot of people think. Oh, you're published,
Right.
it's done.
See, you
No,
got
it's not done.
you had a dingleable moment because whenever somebody says something really good, I ding the bell for them because most authors forget that. They forget that once you're published, the real hard work begins. And so
Yes.
I'm so glad you said that. I'm so
Yes.
glad whenever all the authors come on the show and they say, yeah, the hardest thing is that you have to go out there and do a lot of work yourself. So,
Yes.
a lot of people, I had Pat George Walker on the show last week. She said the exact same thing, and she is a New York Times best-selling author, and she said she's still having to go out and do a lot of
You
her
have to.
own, footwork and leg work and getting noticed. And so, for me, it was funny because I saw your book come up in my Facebook stream. That's how I ended up seeing you. And again, it was the picture that stopped me. Like normally something that scrolls up in the Facebook stream, I just let it go. I don't
Right.
really, I just let it go by and it's like, oh, okay, what was that? But when your book came up, I was like, oh my gosh, what's that? And so I had to I had to look through my stream, and then I think you have a page. Or I think Delphine
Yes.
has a page with the new books that came out, and so I was added to the group, and I was like, "Yay! I get to, because then I got to see, the entire synopsis and all that, and I was like, "Ooh,
Right.
I wonder if you'd be on the show." So I'm so glad that you agreed because I know it was like kind of quick, like quick notice. But how has the book been doing since it's been out?
So far, it has been doing pretty good.
Good.
I've gotten some positive reviews on Amazon
Mm-hmm.
and some, what is it? Some stars on Goodreads. So I'm still working on getting more reviews because that's another thing. I've gotten verbal reviews,
Uh huh.
but I tell people all the time, okay, I love that, but can you please go
Put-
to Amazon or
Exactly.
Goodreads or
Right. And
or
I don't think they
nothing,
understand
post
that
it on
because
there.
I am one that look at reviews to know if I'm going to read a book. So look people, if you seen Carver out and you said and you told her how the book was, you need to go to Amazon and put that on there so other readers can see what you're thinking. And it's never about, oh my gosh, I need all 5-star reviews. It's about being honest in your review, whether it's a 1-star or a 5-star. All
Yes.
reviews are really good for your novel. So,
tell
my people.
Tell people all the time.
Right. So tell everyone where they can find you on social media.
Yes, I am on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and it's at Cara Campbell, and Cara is spelled Khara, Campbell, like Campbell Soup. So that's at Cara Campbell. And also on my website, caracampbell.blogspot.com. That way you can find out everything about me, the book, and where you can find me on social media as well.
Now, one last question. I know you are from the Bahamas. So have you been there have you been or are you going there to market your book?
I have been marketing my book there.
Mm-hmm.
I have not went yet. I'm thinking about July because that's my birthday month.
Okay.
I'm an Independence baby, and that's Independence in the Bahamas.
Oh,
July.
Okay. Wow.
So I'm thinking about doing something around then and doing a big book signing. But I have been marketing it there. The books are in stores there.
Wow. Okay.
In the libraries there.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes.
And so, do you have a lot of fans in the Bahamas?
I do, and they're frustrated with me because I haven't been down to do a signing.
Oh, so see, now what better way, and you even though it's your birthday, you could probably write that off on your taxes because it is a business trip. I'm just saying,
right.
What better way to go on a business trip than to the Bahamas to, celebrate your birthday and sell some books at the same time. That's the best birthday gift ever. So I want to thank you for joining me. And Cara is right here in the metropolitan DC area. So if you are in the area on May 23rd, make sure you come to the Wayne Curry Sports and Learning Complex in Landover, Maryland. She will be there as well as I'll be there as well. It's going to be a big old party, people, so you need to come out. It's free to the public. And now, do you have any other events that's coming up soon before May?
Yes, I will be at a book signing in North Carolina.
Okay. What part of North Carolina?
Raleigh.
Raleigh, North Carolina. My sister is down there. So, sister, if you're listening, she's coming to Raleigh, North Carolina, so you need to go down there and get your book.
Yes.
So,
and it's Purple Tears.
And it is called Purple Tears by Cara. And I'm telling you, the cover is amazing. I mean, Eric, can we show it one more time for my viewers? And my viewers are in 32 countries. And so I want all of them to go out and download this book today. And I want them all to support Cara Campbell. She's a local author who is doing really great things in the community. And I thank you for joining me today.
Thank you. Really appreciate the opportunity to be on.
Thank you so much.
Guys, thanks.
Okay. And so if you heard that beep, I don't know how to answer another call, so I know they're gonna call me right back. So like I said, this was Cara Campbell's novel, Purple Tears, and the truth, I don't know if it sets you free or not, because in this book, I don't know if it did Purple a disservice or a service, but you're going to have to read it and find out for yourself. So right before my next guest, I have a quick little commercial from Intrigue Publishing. We are back, and right now we have Rochelle Campbell on the line. Hello, Miss Rochelle.
Hello, Sandra. How are you?
I am good. Now, before we get into your interview, I just want to do a quick little, a couple another little announcement. I work at a middle school, and there's this group of students. They look at my program every week. Every Thursday morning, they look at my program, and so they come running down to my office, and they was like, I know you, I saw you on my computer, I saw you on my computer." And so I told them I would say hello to them today. It is Mr. Kelly's class, and the last time I did this, I forgot to mention the teacher. So it's Mr. Kelly, which is Richard Kelly, James, Charlene, and Charlene's mom, Miss Bowling. So hi, teachers. And so the students are Bryce. Hello, Bryce. Trayvon. Hi, Trayvon, or Trey, because he likes Trey. Kiedra is Key. Josh, Jalen, Jayla, Jaylene, and Miles. So hi to all of my little friends in Mr. Kelly's class. I know I'm going to see you later today because I'm sure you'll walk by my office, and my new friends, they come running in my office, and I'm like, "You're my new best friend." So, it's always good when you have some new best friends. I want to welcome Miss Rochelle Campbell. I'm full of Campbells today. I feel like it was a Campbell kind of day. We just got off the line with Cara Campbell. I met Rochelle Campbell, about a year and a half ago?
Yeah, just about back in 2013.
Yeah, in 2013, right before she released Fury. I always say the name wrong because I want to say Flurry, and I know that ain't right. But
Fury from Hell.
Furry from Hell. I guess it could be a flurry from hell, just depending on what you were doing. But when I tell you, for me, the opening scene in that book got me. It got me. It was like, oh my goodness. Look, let me just tell you. I know this is not. We weren't going to talk about this book today, but I just have to tell you that. First of all, the cover of that novel, I said I was going to ask you, who did that?
That was this wonderful firm in the UK called Book Fever.
Uh-huh.
They do amazing work, and I knew they had to be the ones to do my cover. So I am so glad that it reached you like that and touched you, because when I first saw it, I absolutely fell in love, and I hope it was the same for others. And see, there it is.
Yeah. It really does give a background, without giving away too much of that story. But the reason you're here today is because today, ding, 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 today you are dropping a new book called Making Dollars and Cents Work, a primer for single moms and dads, plus college kids. And this book is a book that is geared toward helping parents help themselves and their families grow strong financially, and it also helps them create a budget. Now let me ask you, because I try to create a budget, and that budget goes away within a week. So are you saying that do you give me a work sheet within this book to help me stay on task?
Absolutely. I have already set up a template that is free to download on the website. After you purchase the book, you get the code to go on, and all you do is plug in your income on the upper left-hand side and all of your expenses on the left side. The formulas are already in there, so this way you can see what comes in every month and what goes out. And this way you begin playing with some of those numbers, because sometimes when you actually see it all in front of you in black and white, you can go, girl, do I really need to spend $500 on my hair this month?
Right.
And some things get very, very apparent that we can change this. I can go someplace else.
So is this what you use for your household? Do you have this type of setup, within your own household? Is that how, it is, and has it been working for you, and that's why you decided to put out this book?
Oh, most definitely. This is a little bit of what I have learned in the last, 20 years, because, living from paycheck to paycheck is not something that anybody wants to do, but sometimes that's just the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a way to get out of it. I mean, I read Richard Kiyosaki, the guy who wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the extremely famous guy, rich guy now.
Okay.
And I played his game online. It's called Cash Flow.
Okay.
And there was this, what you do is you have this little, you have a job, whatever it is that the game gives you, and you have to get out of the rat race. And this game does the same thing that life does. You have children, you have to pay expenses for the mortgage, you got dinged with a fine. All of the things that happen in life is happening in this game. However, if you can get out of the rat race, you get this beautiful life.
Okay.
And you can manage your dreams, you can, get all these deals. But my brain didn't click that the game was trying to explain that you can have that more wonderful life. And the steps that you need to get to that wonderful life is to have more cash flow than you have things going out. Really, really simple, but how do you do it?
Right.
Especially for people, who never were trained.
Exactly. And that's the thing. I think because people really, most people, they grow up, they get a job, they start paying bills, they never really think about it unless they're trying to buy a house. It's funny because when people try to buy a home, then they say, you know what, I need to start saving money. Instead of, I got a job, now I need to save money. It's funny because I said I put myself on the little small budget. And, every first of the year, every New Year's, this little thing comes up on Facebook that it says every week you put $1 or you match whatever you put away. So week 1, you put $1. Week 2, you put $2. Week 3, you put $3, and so on, right? So that then by the end of the year, you should end up with I think $2,200, $1,200 or something. Some I'm bad with math, so unless I'm doing it in the calculator, I don't really know what the figure is. But that you should do that. So I started to do that, but I challenged myself not to do it every week, but to do it twice a month and just put away $50. Just be like, you know what? I'm just going to put it away. I'm not even going to look at it. I'm going to put it in an account and just be done with it. And it was funny because I could quickly see that the money started to add up. Now we only in March and it's like, wow, I saved that much money in 3 months already, which, I'm looking at. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm looking at the end of the year, like around October, November, taking out half of it and going shoe shopping. But then I figure, you know what? I think I earned that. I'm trying not to buy a whole lot of shoes during the year, but I know that's gonna change when Thriller Fest comes, and because I gotta buy shoes to go there. But it's like.
I've seen those pictures.
Yeah. So and I think people get under the mistaken illusion that if they get a payday loan, they can catch up on something and then pay that back and be done. But your workbook is telling them how they get sucked into that and how they can get out of that.
Exactly. I want to talk to that point that you just made about the savings. Mm-hmm. Savings should be first. That is something that many of us were not taught, we're not trained. It's just not even in our vocabulary. But you must pay yourself first.
Right.
Wherever you go in savvy financial circles, that's the advice. The next part is that whole payday loan thing. Oh my God, that can suck you absolutely dry if you're not careful. Sure, in a pinch, if you need to do that, in the book I detail exactly how it works, but the bottom line is, say you take out a $250 loan. You pay it back the following pay week, cool. They'll charge you about $75. $325 is about what you pay. All right, $75 fee, 30% interest, not bad. How many people pay it back the next pay week?
Exactly. And most people let it go for what? They know sometimes six months, a year, or something like that. And by the end, they're paying over $1,000.
5 weeks.
Wow.
For the pay down loan, because how it works is you pay, say, $50 principal towards the balance of the money you borrowed, the $250, and then they charge you $45 or thereabouts as an interest fee. So every pay week until the $250 is paid off, you're paying them $95.
Wow.
When you're finished in 5 weeks, you have paid them almost double, $25 less than double.
Wow.
So $500.
And see, I don't think people do that math. I don't think they do that math before they sign to get that $250.
They don't, because you're not thinking about that. You're thinking, oh, I can pay it down.
Right.
But you're not thinking about the extra money that you're giving them to finance that loan.
Right.
That's what you're doing.
Right.
So you are now paying basically 100% interest on that quote-unquote small loan.
Exactly.
And I have a letter that you can download when you purchase the book that will get you out of that, because it is illegal. There is only a certain amount of money that you are allowed to pay, and then for an interest rate. And then after that, they actually owe you the interest back.
Wow.
So you have to go through the Consumer Affairs Department in your state, and you can get that letter, but the template of that letter for New York State, but you can just change it for the state. You can use that letter and send it to them. They will stop. If you are in the middle of payday hell and they get that letter, you will not hear from them again.
Wow. So, so this is to everyone's advantage. And today, it comes out today, correct?
Yes. It came out late last night. I can't believe Amazon did it, but it's available, and it is right now number 34 in the budgeting category of Amazon.
So make sure, people, that you are downloading Making Dollars and Cents Work for You by Rochelle Campbell. So now you also say that there is a method to reading your credit report. And I don't think people understand that you should be looking at your credit report at least once a month. Every 30 days, you should be looking at your credit report, because here is what a lot of people don't know. Yearly, and I only found this out about 4 years ago. If you have car insurance, they are pulling a credit report on you every single year that you renew your car insurance. The car insurance industry is pulling your credit report. So when someone says, well, you've had too many inquiries or whatever, look on the inquiries. An inquiry, I think, lowers your score by 5 or 10 points, I think.
Each inquiry does that, yes.
Yes, and again,
it stays on there for 2 years.
Exactly. And the only reason I knew this was because 2 years ago, I was the victim of identity theft. So I had to get my credit report. And my bank suggested, it was like, well, through my bank, they offer it free. Like, who knew that my bank offered it free? So every month, at the end of the month, I get my credit report. And then what happened was I went, now here's how they get you. I went to go look at cars with my daughter, right? I didn't give them my information, nothing. They went through my daughter's information and got my information and pulled my credit 6 times last month. So, of course, and it was the same car person. So I called them and I said, now I'm not understanding how you got my information. They was like, oh, you left it. I said, no, I didn't, because I wouldn't even tell them what my first name was. But when you fill out a car application, you got to give a parent's name, right? Mother's maiden name and all that. So from that, they pulled my credit. So I made them contact my credit union, and then I made them contact Transperian Equifax, and there was one more. Experian. I made them contact all 3 of them, and I made them take that off, and they literally did. But if you don't know that, people, I don't think people understand that you can do that.
You have great power over what is represented and reported about you, but you have to know what's there and monitor it to make sure that it reflects who you are.
Exactly.
Because fraudulent activity can get on your report, like you said, very quickly. And if you're not paying attention and you go for something that you want, a car, a condo, even if you want another credit card, all of this stuff is going to stop you if
Right.
you don't know that it's there.
Exactly. And like I said, the only reason I did it was because I was a victim of identity theft. And it really wasn't even identity theft. It was, my name is a common name apparently in Maryland, and these creditors were looking for this other woman with the same name as mine. They saw that I lived in Maryland and said, "Oh, you must be the person." Now, if
They went fishing.
yes, they went fishing thinking, "Oh, okay, we found her, so this is what we're going to do." And and the only reason I was able to, prove that it wasn't me is because at the same day they told me I was doing all of this was the same day I was having surgery. So that was it's like I ain't going to be in two places at one time. So
Exactly.
I don't
You have
think,
proof.
so when you give people information on how to read your credit report, what are the top 3 things they need to know?
Credit card utilization, your payment history, and of course derogatory marks. Those are the top 3 things.
Okay.
Because if you have a credit card, 2 credit cards with $1,000 credit limit, each of them, right?
Right.
You're going to go run it up. You're going to go do whatever you need to do because you got $2,000 between your 2 cards. Yeah, no, that is not what you're supposed to do, because with the credit reporting agencies, they want to see that you are using less than 50% your total available credit, because they think that's responsible.
Oh.
In fact, if you are actually using 50%, you're actually more towards the C category.
Mm-hmm.
You actually should be less than 20% utilization, or less than $200, or if you have the 2 cards, $400, you should be less than that for you to get an A rating for credit card utilization. If you go over that, you're going to get dinged on your credit score.
Okay.
So that's something that many of us don't know, because it's counterintuitive.
Right.
Why in the world would I get a credit card and not use it?
Right. Right. And a lot of people think that, like, oh, okay, as long as I make my minimum monthly payment, it shows that I'm doing, a great job. Now, some credit cards will say, yeah, make the minimum monthly payment, and then, it's okay. But that's if you haven't run up the credit card. They don't understand. It's not the minimum monthly payment. If you run it up, you need to pay more than that. I had a credit card for 2 years, actually forgot that I had it until they sent me the renewal one. You know how you have to get a new one?
Yes.
And I was like, what is this? And I forgot I had the credit card. Never used it. I authorized it, but I never used it. So I was like, oh, okay.
Right.
I use it once a year now. And it's funny. I only buy 1 plane ticket on it. That's it. And that's only so that I can show that I'm using it, and that but I pay it off. I was like, okay, I'm just going to pay it off. And, it sits there in case of an emergency.
Yes.
Or I see some cute shoes. So
you have a great credit score. I can already tell that, because you already know all the tricks of the trade.
Well, you know what? It's funny. It took trial and error for me to learn that. Now, I'm 48 years old, and yes, I said my age on television, on the radio, because I don't really care if you know that I'm 48. But when I was in my 30s, I ain't think nothing about.
I mean, you look fabulous. I love that outfit that you're wearing today.
I know. I feel so cute today. I really feel cute today. See, do you see the coat? Let me see. Can you see the coat? The coat even matches.
Yes, it looks nice, and I love that little top, bolero top.
Yes. I'm feeling cute today. Just one more thing on the outfit. See this little thing right there? This little chain that I'm wearing? This was actually the
microphone is hiding it a little bit, but I kind of
see it. Okay, this was the belt to this dress. I didn't like it as a belt, so I just turned it into a necklace. Isn't that cute?
See that? Yes, it's nice. I like that. See, now I can see that. Yes, that is very nice.
Isn't it cute? I was like, oh my gosh, who knew? Who knew I was a fashion icon? I don't know. So let me ask you another question. What made you want to write this? What made you want to write this making dollars and cents work? And especially because you're trying to get students that's going to be doing it. What made you do that?
Well, this is the weirdest thing. I didn't to do it. It was just a project, a personal passion that I had, because like you, I'm older. I'm not going to give my exact age, but I'm in the 40s. I'm there with you.
Okay.
But things just didn't the way I thought they should.
Mm-hmm.
And I got sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Okay.
So I fixed it in my own life. Then one of my friends, I was going through a process of trying to figure out what to write next, and I was getting very confused.
Okay.
There were 3 different things I wanted to write. And he suggested, why don't you sit back and write about what you're passionate about? And I just thought he was nuts. And one day I said, you know what, let me just sit down and start writing and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
All of this stuff came out about how mad I was about credit card utilization and why in the world should we get dinged because we are brand new in the world and we
Right.
don't have credit. I mean, can you believe this? You get good ratings if you have an 8-year credit history. If you just started when you're 18, when you're 20, how in the world are you getting dinged about that? That's
Right.
not fair.
Right.
And all of this stuff evolved into this book. And then towards the end of the book, I kind of calmed down off of the, all of the things that we really need to do and really need to pay attention to,
Mm-hmm.
and start looking at, now that we have all of this under control, we can have the headspace for the real stuff of parenting. For, when my child in the 4th grade wants to wear a mini skirt and I have to sit down and have this whole long conversation that I didn't think I had to have
Right.
until, such and such a time. But because many of us are so wrapped up in getting things done, and some of us having 2 and 3 jobs, do we have the headspace for the real parenting, for the steps that will make our children that much better faster?
Mm-hmm.
And that's really the underlying message of this book. Get your head together regarding your finances so that you can have more time, more energy, and more resources and opportunities so that you can do what, maybe some of what our parents couldn't do for us.
Mm-hmm.
Now we can pass on and make it better for our children and their children.
And
That's
so
really why I wrote the book.
And so are you like within the book, are you saying to set a goal for year to year? Like saying are you telling people, okay, if you want to save $2,000 this year, this is what you need to do? Or are you just saying, follow this template and set your own goal, your own monetary limit?
Well, see, I back up even before all of that, because that's presupposing you have information, period, about how to set up your finances, what to do, and what goals to have.
Mm-hmm.
I start this book as literally a primer, because that's part of the name, meaning let's give you the basics or remind you of what the basics are.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that we have a working budget that we can adjust within a pay or 2, and now that we're here, now we can make our decisions, now we can make goals, now we can do things, and now we can find things that will help ourselves and our children, because I also give search strings on how to find things that are free and low cost so that you can save more money and enrich your lives.
Okay.
So this book is more of a mindset of how to save money, manage money, and also build for the future. So it's not technically all about budgeting, because I hate budgeting. In fact, I hate the word budget.
Mm-hmm.
I like spending plan.
Okay.
Because a spending plan gives you options. It allows you to move and shift depending upon what you need.
Mm-hmm.
And I also suggest other groups. I don't know if you've ever heard of this group called Debtors Anonymous. It's part of this whole 12-step family program.
Mm-hmm.
And the same way people have problems with eating disorders or alcoholism, people can have problems with debt.
Right.
I actually went to Debtors Anonymous meetings as early as 20 years ago.
Wow.
And it is a free resource. It is amazing. They help you to look at money as not this fearful thing. They are saying it is something to use to make your life better. And get comfortable with the subject of money and look at what your family taught you about money, what you picked up from society about money. get rid of that stuff and make it work for you.
Okay.
This book is more about changing your mindset.
So now, if people now, I know you say you give a template that if they buy the book, they get a code and then they can download the template. Now, is this book only available electronically, or is there a print form of this novel as well?
The book is currently available electronically. I am getting the physical proof of the book on Monday, and the book physically will be available in about 10 days, definitely by the end of the month. So
now, if they, because I love Kindle, I love my Kindle because I always get, the Kindle book, and then I always get the print book. But if I want the print book, am I still going to get the template?
Yes, because the code for the book, because I give a special password so that you can unlock it on the website, that is in the physical book. Whichever version you get, that code is in the book so that you can download the template. And it's a Microsoft Excel template. Okay. And the other is a document, a Word document.
Okay, so you heard it here, people. Rochelle Campbell has a couple of books out. Oh, and I did want to mention, you have a children's book called Magic Seed. My grandson, because remember you gave me that book when we were in New York. My 1-year-old grandson saw the book. He saw it sitting on my bookshelf, took the book and will not give it back. So that's his bedtime storybook now. He literally makes his mommy read this book over and over. And now he's learning the words. He just turned a year old, so he's learning the words in the book. So now when he comes to a word that he knows, he can say it. But I went to his house to get the book back because I was like, well, this really is Nina's book. And he, I think he was ready to fight me for it. So
I will send you another book. Not a problem. And I'll get my son to sign it because my son is now 15. We wrote that together when he was 7.
So let him know that he has appealed to the 1-year-olds in my family, and I'm sure everywhere else, because the book is just so cute. It's just the cutest little book. So I wanted to tell you that. So my grandbaby thanks you, and so do I, because you make bedtime even easier. Because now all we have to say is go get your book. It's bedtime, and he goes and gets it. And after we read it, he'll go to bed and he's fine. But before that, it was like getting him in the bed and strapping him down to it or something, because he kept getting up. But somehow Magic Seeds just seem to make him want to go, just lay down and listen to it, and he relaxes and he goes on to sleep. So thank you for that.
But what kid wouldn't love a tree that grows wonderful gemstones that can make you tons of money?
Exactly.
I mean, what kid would love that?
I would love that. What are you talking about? I want that.
I want me a big fat emerald right now.
Exactly, right now. I mean, because summer is coming. Let's be clear, summer is coming. Right. So I want to thank you for joining me, and I want everyone to go out and download on Amazon, Making Dollars and Cents Work. Now, is it on Nook as well?
It is on all platforms. You can get it however and wherever you would like it. And like I said, the physical book will be available at the end of the month. Okay, so you heard it here, people. And I'm so happy because she dropped the book today, knowing that she was going to be on the show today. So yay me, I got an exclusive. So pick up the book. Having me.
Oh, that was going to happen. So pick up the book by Rochelle Campbell called Making Dollars and Cents Work. It is on all electronic formats, Kindle, Nook, iPad. So make sure you go get that iBooks or whatever iPad is, iBooks, iPad, whatever. But just make sure you download this book, and when you do, you will get the code to download the free template that will help you get your savings plan started. Because remember, people, it has to start somewhere. So I thank you. Now, tell our audience where they can find you online.
You can find me on Goodreads, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and, of course, Amazon. I have several different things, several different pages on Facebook, and if you'd like, I can tweet it out for you.
Yes, please do. So when you tweet it out, just include We Be Swangin at We Be Swangin so that all my followers, and hashtag it, making dollars and cents work. And of course, I'll be continue tweeting it out as well, because we want everybody. The year is not, it's not even halfway done. We're only 3 months in, so it's still time to save money for whatever you want to do, this year. You still got some time now. It's a little too late if you're trying to save for college right now and your child is graduating in June. That's a little, that bus has passed. But it's not too late.
It's a little tight, yeah.
Yeah. So but if you still have kids and you're thinking about college, you need to go ahead and get that, that college fund started right now. So I thank you for joining me today. I will still look for you online, and I will be tweeting this out. And my ghost intern is tweeting feverishly right now, Making Dollars and Cents Work for You by Rochelle Campbell. Get it on Kindle today so that you can get that template and start working your way into a better financial future. So I thank you for joining me, and I will talk to you soon.
Thank you, Sandra. Enjoy, and everyone have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you. So as you heard, you want to pick up that book. If you're one of those people that, you're living paycheck to paycheck, get this book and see what is it going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt anything. You got to start somewhere. You want to try. You need to go out here and you want to try to get, whatever is going to make sense to you. So make sure that you get Making Dollars and Cents Work by Rochelle Campbell. And I got more announcements. I mean, this show is sponsored by a whole lot of people today, people. So it was sponsored by Intrigue Publishing, by author Mache with the stage play that is going on Saturday. Also, Sharon Lucas, she was in the studio with me about a month ago. Save the date. She left some save the date cards for the Black Authors and Readers Rock Weekend, which is October 16th and 17th in Bowie, Maryland. If you want to find out more about that event or the event that Cara Campbell and I will be at in May, you want to go to www.realdivasread.com, and you're going to look under the events tab for that one. Also, the shows here on WLVS, my show and Moo and Sharon's show that comes on at 10 p.m. tonight, we are doing community give back. Also with Kay Lowry Moore, we are doing community give back, and we are collecting. Now, I know everybody got this in their closet or in their linen closet or in their purse. Y'all go to a hotel or wherever you go for the weekend or on your vacation, you know how the hotel give you all them little samples of lotion and mouthwash and Q-tips and, body wash, shower gel. Bring those to me, or bring them to Moo and Sharon at 10 p.m. tonight, because we are giving back to the community. We're going to help our homeless this summer and this spring. Look, spring cleaning, go into your closet, go into your bathroom, get those personal travel size containers of shampoo, lotion, body wipes, baby wipes, mouthwash. You can even go down to the Rite Aid, the Walmart, the Walgreens, whatever you got, the dollar store, I don't care. As long as it's travel size, a personal size, we're giving that back. We're going to help our homeless community here in the D.C. area. So you can drop them off to me. People at work, you can bring it to me at work. People that's watching Moo and Sharon later tonight, or Kay Lowry Moore, you can drop it off with them. And we are going to make sure that our homeless community has those items. Also, this weekend, I will, like I said, I will be at the stage play My Boyfriend's Wife. I will be there at the 6 p.m. show. And guess what? My book is coming out on April 1st, right? My new book, let me say this again, is coming out April 1st. And starting today, you can pre-order the book. Be one of the first 10 people that pre-orders the book. You get a special gift from me. From me, you get a special gift, but you got to pre-order the book. The next 2 weeks, you can pre-order the book, and then you will get the book before everybody else. So the first 10 people, you need to go out, pre-order that book, send me a confirmation email that you ordered the book, and you will get something fabulous from me, okay? So make sure you go and do that. If you see me at the show on Saturday, if you're one of the first 3 people that come up to me and say, I watch you on Wednesdays at 4 p.m., I will have a copy of my first novel for you and a special code for you to get a discount on the second book, okay? So that's on Saturday. So again, I'm living a beautiful life, people, and as you can see, I'm feeling very cute today. I've been just fabulous. I've been fabulous all day, okay? So coming up next, we got Truth 360 coming in the building right now. I know it's Miss Holly, and I can't remember your other co-host name. Jennifer. So it's Miss Holly and Miss Jennifer. Let me tell you, they got some knowledge that they be giving you. It was Miss Holly's birthday last week, and she got turned up, y'all. So we was in the studio. I was back in the back and behind this curtain. I was just jamming right along with her. I was like, whoop, whoop. Happy birthday, Miss Holly. So stay tuned for Truth 360. And remember, for my ghost intern who's here in the studio with me today, I'm living a beautiful life. I hope you are too, and I will see you next week.
What a beautiful life. All that I've got is all that I need. I got you, baby, you got me. What more could I ask for? Beautiful life.